Hello and welcome to this tutorial series on how to create campaigns with TRP3 extended. This first video will introduce the basics of the system, the different components of a campaign, how to share and start a campaign, and some advice to ease the process. So what is a campaign exactly? A campaign is a series of quests, usually following a common story thread. Just think about the Wrathgate in Northrend, or more recently, the 7.1 Soroma questline. Those campaigns consist of quests, with a default definition. You get a series of tasks from an NPC or on your own, and you carry those tasks to completion. Each quest is made of steps. Those are the functional breaks of the quest, and control how the quest plays out. It represents everything the player can or will have to do during the quest, and what will happen to him. It can be talking to an NPC, killing some mobs, or playing a cinematic about the player being ambushed. Objectives, on the other hand, are what will be displayed to the player, just as regular quest objectives. These are not tied to quest steps. Sure, you might want to show what the player has to do at any given moment during the quest, but you can also hide stuff or deceive the player to create an element of surprise. To illustrate this notion, we can make a quest with an objective to go talk to someone in Ironforge. This objective won't change for the whole quest, but we actually have two steps. Upon entering the city, we have a first step that will show the player a cinematic. Once it is finished, we switched to the step related to the NPC he has to talk to. This transition has been invisible to the player. You can also define custom identities for NPCs. For as long as the campaign is active, this will show to the player a new tooltip with your custom name, icon, and description of any NPC you've customized. To start a campaign, open the main TRP3 window under the Quest Log tab and click on the play button. You can press it again to pause the campaign while keeping progress, or go to the campaign page to reset it, losing all progress made. Know that you can only have one active campaign at a time. Upon switching the active campaign, you will keep any progress you've made on the old one. Currently, there is no way to start a campaign from an item or another campaign. You have to use the quest log menu. To share a campaign, you can create an inner item and trade it with another player using Extended. This is done by dragging the item from your TRP inventory to his avatar. This will make him download the entire campaign directly without any input required. You can also use the import features to share a campaign out of the game, but I won't go into the details in this video. Finally, some general advice on campaign creation. While creating a quest, think about every elementary part of the quest and organize them in a tree. This will help you visualize the quest steps you need to create and the details you can add to each of them. For example, for a basic kill quest, you have three parts: talking to the NPC to get your orders, killing mobs, and getting back to the NPC to collect your reward. You can then make a step for each part and, for example, add some dialogue if the player talks to the NPC before killing enough mobs. Every component in the campaign is referred to by its ID, which is a unique identifier that the player won't see. It is important that you name them upon creation and never change it afterwards, or it could break your campaign. It is common practice to only use lowercase letters, numbers, and underscores to name your IDs, but do not use spaces. Try to give your components meaningful IDs, so it's easier to know what ID refers to what component. If you plan on putting items or documents in your campaign, make sure to create them as inner items. This way, they will be transferred with your campaign when you share it. If you don't, you will have to share each creation separately, which is very impractical. This concludes our first video on TRP3 Extended campaign creation. Join me next time as we'll talk about everything regarding workflows. Take care.